The Tory MP hit out at the latest proposal for avoiding a hard border and insisted it is undesirable for not having a Brexit end date. Speaking on BBC Radio 4's World Tonight, Emma Smith said, "I think backstop doesn't provide an ultimate end date, and, therefore, doesn't give the assurance that people need that we are cleanly leaving the European Union. I think tying the whole United Kingdom into the inertia of staying in a lot of those EU single market and customs union rules would be something that actually wouldn't work for the sort of Brexit that the government and indeed the Prime Minister in her Florence and her Lancaster House speech has said that she wants." The backstop draft, due to be published on Thursday, sets out a blueprint for a temporary customs union if technology for a frictionless border is not prepared in time for the end of the Brexit transition period in December 2020. Getty Sky News Brexit News. David Davis insisted the Brexit backstop should be time-limited. It doesn't give the assurance that people need that we are cleanly leaving the European Union. Henry Smith. But Emma Smith said the Brexit backstop won't actually be an option put forward by the government. He added, "There is, I think, a majority of members of Cabinet, and indeed members of Parliament, who would find that unpalatable, because it provides no end date or legal certainty of us leaving the ex-jurisdiction or customs union. A backstop arrangement is not only undesirable, but I think it is ultimately unworkable for the sort of Brexit the Prime Minister has quite clearly said she wants to see." Brexit Secretary David Davis was critical of the blueprint and said after a speech in Westminster, "On time limits, I think the Prime Minister has already made public the fact that we expect to put a time limit on the backstop proposal." Mr. David played down suggestions that he could quit over the spat. Asked if he could stay in his job if the proposals did not have his explicit approval, Mr. Davis said, "That's a question I think for the Prime Minister to be honest." Theresa May told Prime Minister Rees Questions on Wednesday that she expects the Brexit transition from the EU will be completed by December 2020. The Prime Minister is set to meet with the heads of the remaining 27 EU member states at the end of June to discuss the progress of the Brexit talks before October, a crucial deadline by which the withdrawal deal will have to be agreed by.